Sorry. We'll go ahead and get everything back to order. We have a lot of things to take care of. Health and welfare, Sam, it is very good to see you back. Glad you're feeling better, and we've been thinking about you. Does anybody know how Carrie Evans is doing?
I talked to her last week and she said that she was feeling a little bit better.
Okay. Keep her in our thoughts and prayers. And Kim Crump's daughter-in-law, Courtney, they had the baby, and Amber, you want to say anything? Sorry to interrupt.
Recovering slowly, but things are going slow recovery, but the baby is very happy, they said. So
That's good news.
good baby.
I'll call your attention to the birthdays and anniversaries that were in the Skyliner. We have lots of birthdays. Paige on the 15th and Pam McGinnis on the 15th. Diana Sullivan is today. Happy birthday. Jeannie Ann Clark tomorrow. The 24th is Kim Brown and the 25th is Jack Weeks. Happy birthday to you guys. Wedding anniversary. We have some big numbers in here, guys. On the 14th was Derek and Michelle for 22 years. The 15th was David and Anita for 40 years. Congratulations. Mark and Donna Jordan, 49 years. The 19th was Fred and Christine Andrea for 54 years. The 24th was Christy and Shane for 30. Happy anniversary. And Lori and Kevin is on the 25th, and there's no year given, so maybe they kept it that way. I don't know. Shane and Takesha, you want to come forward? These lovely folks are from Reaching Out Now, and we have some funds to help them keep their program rocking and rolling. Who wants to talk?
He always defers to me, but she's the actual one who does so much of the work. So why don't we share?
First, I'll give you that.
Oh, thank you all so very much for your support. We at Reaching Out Now, we love serving our community. We love our children as well as our families. And this will help so much as we continue to work toward just bettering life. We're hoping for so many. With our organization, I don't know how many of you all know much about us, but we have different divisions that we take care of. And one is our meal program, which feeds our families with students that are actually in Warren County. We try to do farm to table meals for those families so that they can have at least 1 to 2. This past year, we did 2 meals a week, and they are made so that they can be served at the table in a family setting, not individually, but that they can hopefully come together and have a meal together at the table. Chef Devin Smith and some of our culinary students help perform those meals throughout the school year. Last year, we're looking forward to doing it again this year. Once everything settles in the school system and we get back to figuring out what our actual normal is for this year. We also have our girls and our boys program, which is within the school. Right now, we are focusing on our middle, starting with 7th grade through 12th grade, Skyline Middle and Skyline High School so far. We are putting together an agenda so that we can work with those students in 4 different areas to help build their character, also to prepare them, give them information on dealing with finances, helping them to discover who they are and what they would want to do in life, whether it be going to a 4-year college, whether it be going to a 2-year, or going directly to a trade school, or just going straight into the workforce. We're trying to prepare and prep them to be prepared, whatever method that they take, and that we are a support for them, so that for the questions and as well as for the families, because there's so many things by me working in the school system. I've come to find, even for myself, if I wasn't in the school system, there are many things that I would not know for my own children, just because I don't necessarily have that access or not sure where to look for that access. And we're hoping that we can be that bridge for the parents as well as for the students to help them move forward in life. So we truly thank you so much for this. This has been an honor. We appreciate it so much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
I think she did pretty good.
I think you did. I would just say one other thing. Samantha Barber wishes she could be here today. She had an executive meeting today. She worked for People Inc. as well, making a larger impact across our region and across Virginia. And so I would just echo everything she said, and it's great. I hope every week I get to stand up here and receive another check. So I'm really thankful for this group. I told you that last time, so thank you all.
Thank you,
all very
guys.
much. And I did bring some things that if you all want to see our mission and things like that, I have a sheet for you. That I
Thank you.
will be here for you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Announcements, Blake?
President Katie, fellow Rotarian. I am a member of the Shenandoah Valley Communitarians, and we are trying to raise and help out the Skyline cheerleaders. They do not get funded, and their last time they got new uniforms was 2007. So they are trying to raise $4,000. So we took it upon ourselves to donate a Yeti and tailgating swag, all kinds of Skyline stuff. There's like food, all kinds of things like that. We're selling tickets, $20 each, and then a chance to win out of 200. So if you guys need tickets, or if you want a ticket, please let me know, and I'll say a little bit afterwards, and you guys can buy some. Thank you.
Thank you. Ken?
President Katie, fellow Rotarians, the golf tournament is coming up. We do have a major sponsor now, George Carnes and Wells Fargo is their major sponsor, and it is the 10th year. So we are still looking for keyhole sponsors, Eagle sponsors, and birdie sponsors. So, or even teams or single players. We have one team that has 3 players and are looking for another one. So if you haven't noticed just one person that wants to play, we do have one for that. Thank you.
Thank you, Ken. Christy, you want to?
So Doc Smith is coming up in December, and so we are collecting things each month, things that we can't usually get at the food bank. So this month is birthday month, cake mix, frosting, and oil. So encourage you to bring that, and I see a big box over here. So thank you.
I think it's only on 1 or 2 tables, but the Phoenix Project is having their 6th annual wine pool on October 14th. And I believe it's at the Front Royal Country Club. They asked if our club would considering donating 12 bottles of wine as part of their event. So if anybody has a bottle of wine that they would like to share, and you can get those to me and I'll get them to them. So I know if you're like me, you collect that kind of stuff. And there's always 1 or 2 to give. So if you bring those in by October 14th. I'm gonna pass the bowl instead of the hat. If you choose to, we are, this is the last week for school supplies. So if anybody didn't get a chance to, but would like to donate, we'll pass that around and then we will go shopping. I'm gonna turn it over to Michael Williams on here. Michael, you here?
I am here.
Michael's going to talk to us about, he's our district rep for membership. So you go ahead, bud.
Thanks, President Katie, fellow Rotarians. Brett, always good to see half your face there. Hey, I've got 5 to 7 minutes, so I'm sure Brett's already timing me. First of all, I'm sorry I couldn't be there in person. I accepted a new role at E. Wilson Morrison Elementary as a student support coach, and I have just been living the life this past week, getting to know our kids, and it's been such a joy working with children again. So anyway, President, RI President Shaker Mehta he's the RI President this year, and he has challenged us all he's given us several challenges, and the ones that apply to me the most with respect to my role as the Area 1 membership advocate are encouraging all of us to invite 2 non-Rotarians to a meeting this year. Now I realize that that's interesting. That's kind of a challenge given the situations with COVID, et cetera. But with the advantages that this club has, of course, with the virtual as well as in person, I would encourage you to do that. The goal, as President Shaker said, was his big thing was trying to help people understand the difference between being a member of a Rotary club and being a Rotarian. And something that we've noticed this past year is the number of people that have left Rotary. And of course, people come and people go and people leave for different reasons. The reality of Rotary is that we are an aging organization. And so there's a lot of challenges there on how do we build up membership. And there's different ways that people look at that. Some people look at it as, well, hey, let's just get as many people as we can in here. Let's tick boxes and hope it all works out. And in the back of our minds, we're knowing, well, hey, they're probably not going to hang around that long. If that works for you, so be it. I've always been a quality quality versus quantity person. And I think one of the challenges that we're facing in Rotary is, what relevance does Rotary have for me in my life anymore? And it's really hit me this past year and a half as COVID has changed all of our lives. And I live in an area that serves the children that I happen to work with every day here at E. Wilson Morris. And I live in the Village off of 15th Street. And while I'm fortunate and I live in a nice home and have a nice job, and my wife and I are in pretty good shape financially, I'm surrounded by a lot of people that aren't as fortunate. And for me, Rotary has always been about, what can I do to serve young people? And while that's only one aspect of Rotary, that's the one that works for me the most. And Rotary has obviously several areas of service, and it's youth education, the environment, peace building, and there's another one, and I apologize, I believe it's wealth and nutrition. But that being said, for me, it was education. For some of you others, it may be other avenues. And the encouragement that DG Tara Ellis has given us, and Area Governor Bryan, is to not just look for a body to say, okay, hey, I brought my person to Rotary, leave me alone, I've done my part, but to truly seek somebody out that you can help find a relevance for Rotary in their life, whether it's to be a member or not. Obviously, we want more members, but we also want the right members. We want people that truly have a heart for service above self, and people that truly see the needs of their world, and in a way that they're willing to devote part of their time to actually trying to make the world a better place. And we can all pay our dues and have our nice meals and hang out, and that's nice. But unless we're actually getting our fingers dirty, then what are we really accomplishing? And where it really hit me this year, just as a member for me, was when I was driving around my neighborhood and I saw kids not in school that needed to be in school, and they couldn't get on their MacBooks, their Chromebooks. And I was sitting in Ben's Family Cuisine parking lot with my cell phone and my 5 hotspots, helping kids get on their computers so that they could go to school. Now, I come to find out later they were supposed to physically be in school, and that they had that option and just chose not to. But that's another conversation. But it hit me with respect to youth advocacy, that and where I spend most of my time in Rotary, that if we don't encourage young people to have a relevance for education, it's not going to matter to them. And to me, that's the same with Rotary. If we don't help one another see the relevance of Rotary in our lives, then people are just going to continue to fall off. When they're done with their jobs or whatever, and they retire, they're going to say, okay, well, Rotary doesn't matter to me anymore, so I go. And then the question, I see people that, and I don't know if John Marlowe is present, but I look at him as kind of my role model, him and General Hobgood. And here's people that are retired, but Rotary still matters for them because of their love for humanity. And that's the encouragement I give to you, is to seek people who truly have that love of humanity in whatever area of Rotary service they have, so that we can build our roles, but also build them for the right reasons, be them for the future. With respect to youth activities, former past President Brett is doing an incredible job with our youth peace action situation, and we're trying to get more schools involved in that. It's a little, we're kind of against the clock right now and how we're dealing with that, but we're trying to get schools back into the swing of doing things with Interact. And in that regard, I would invite all of you to join us on Saturday, September 11th, for an Area 1 massive river cleanup project on the South Fork of the Shenandoah River. Everything's paid for. The price of the canoes are covered, and we will meet at the Front Roll Outdoors between 8:30 and 9 a.m. And then we will clean up various sections of the South Fork of the Shenandoah River. Afterwards, we will go out to Rob Hupman's farm, Hazard Mill Farms, where there will be a nice cookout. He has a very nice pavilion out there. We're going to have a fun afternoon. And again, it doesn't cost anybody anything. If you all want to contribute, you can do that out there with Rob. But he and I are covering this because we really want to see our young people get back into a service above self mentality. And if you have any questions about that, feel free to reach out to me, and I'll be happy to talk more with you about that. That's a great opportunity to bring somebody to see what Rotary is. And there's a great service project, and that's a very concrete way of showing how we help our environment, which of course is one of Rotary's areas of service. But getting back to the main goal, invite 2 people this year to a Rotary club, help them see what Rotary is and is not, and help them decide for themselves if Rotary has a relevance in their life and if Rotary makes sense for them. Thank you so much for your time. I hope to be able to have lunch with you all sometime soon. But as for right now, I need to go back and hang out with some awesome 5 to 11-year-olds.
Thank you, Michael. I appreciate it. Have a good day.
You too.
Good. Happy dollars.
I do.
You do.
Yeah. So just a couple announcements, Katie. I'm sorry. One is the membership. Next Friday, we're going to be at the bowling alley. So bring that person. 2, the Doug Stanley nomination or award nominations are out. So please, if you have anybody that you think you should nominate for service above self, this used to be the Bob Miller Award, Dr. Miller Award. Now it's the Doug Stanley Award. So please get those to us so the board can make some decisions. We didn't get enough to really have a good pool of people the past week and a half. And then 3rd is the sponsorships. We will be working on sponsorships shortly to help with the fundraising. And 4th, for those of you online, we are working on trying to have a more pleasant online experience. The board, the audio board should be in. It's been delayed, backordered since May, but I think it's supposed to come in at the end of August. And at that point, we'll have a handheld mic we can walk around so they can see it, have the camcorder up. So they'll be able to hear better and see better for all of us. So working on it. Then we'll need a team to implement that. So
Thank you, Brett. Happy dollars. Anybody happy? They've all fallen asleep now. That's true.
I have a couple of happy dollars. One, because I'm happy every time I get a chance to be here with you all. And another one, because I'm so thankful for reaching out now and the opportunity you've given us to serve more kids in the community and family. So thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? Attendance report.
Hey, President Kennedy, today we have one guest.
This is my son's Brian. We need lunch with Brian. It's pretty exciting. Learn about what we're doing.
One of our speakers is Rotarian, Shane Lewin.
Hello.
And today we have 24 in-person people and 19 virtual.
Great. I'm going to turn it over to Brett.
thank you, President Katie, fellow Rotarians. It's my pleasure today. We get to hear about that global grant project that we were working on last year. And instead of me trying to be the one that took pictures that were sent over and try to explain what's going on, I asked if they could actually virtually stream in. Let's take advantage of the Zoom technology. And we've got, I think, 7 members from Uganda online right now. And we do have Jeffrey will be the speaker. I'm gonna turn it over to him in just a second. But I do just want to remind you that last year we raised $30,000 from this club for this project. We were the lead club on the fiscal side of things. The district gave us $10,000 for that project. Just as a reminder, that's what your foundation dollars go to. If Mark Jordan was up here, he'd be talking about that. That's exactly what that money goes to when you make contributions to the foundation. It goes to Chicago, sits there for a couple years to help cover some expenses, then comes back to the districts so we can do projects, and then using it to match. And we got $26,000 from the foundation in a grant, in a global grant, and then match that with the clubs, some partner clubs in Africa that help pay for this project. So congratulations to you. And now it's really my pleasure to introduce Rotarian Jeffrey Cabasa, who is a charter member of the Rotary Club of Port Bell in District 9213, Uganda, where he served as club president in 2001 and 2002. He's also served in various positions beyond the club and served as assistant governor in 2018-2019. He is currently serving as the chair of East Africa Projects Fair for District 9213. Jeffrey is a major donor, benefactor, and member of the Paul Harris Society. Jeffrey is a retired mechanical engineer, having worked in the sugar, oil, and construction industries for a period spanning 40 years. He is married to Peace, and he has 6 grown-up children and 5 grandchildren. So with that, Jeffrey, I'm going to turn it over to you. You just need to make sure you unmute. Yep.
Thank you, IPP Brett. Can you give me sharing rights?
Sharing rights. Let me see. Thought I did that. So let me give you a second. 1 minute.
How long do I have?
About 20, 25 minutes.
Thank you.
There you go. You should be able to do it now.
I'm logged in with 2 gadgets, so you connect me to the one which has where I have a video on.
So you're still not able to share? Share screen, one participant permit multiple pairs, share simultaneously. Let's do that. All participants can share. There we go.
Thank you, President. Thank you, IPP Brett, for inviting me to talk to you. Am I clear?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Thank you very much. I bring you greetings from the Rotary Club of Port Bell. Rotary Club of Port Bell is a medium-sized club. We are 33 members. And I've seen online we have members of my club who have joined your meeting today. Also, I have members from the co-hosts clubs of Hoimachitara who have joined in. I want to update you on the progress on the global grant GG 200-1328. And I thank you very much for contributing the funds toward this global grant. The project is rainwater harvesting system for Chizaramfumbi Secondary School. And it was those who raised the funds were yourselves, Front Royal, the Rotary Club of Hoimachitara, which is our co-host club in Uganda, Rotary Club of Port Bell. We have a club in Italy, Ravina Gala, which gave us $1,000. Also thankful to the districts, Rotary District 9211 and Rotary District 7570, and lastly, the Rotary Foundation. You will note that when we are writing the global grant, we are in District 9211. The district became too big and has since redistricted forming 2 Rotary clubs. Where are we located? This is a map of Uganda, and I'm seated here in Kampala. If you see the cursor, the project site is here, around 350 kilometers from Kampala, and it is only around 70 kilometers from the biggest national game park called Murchison Falls National Park. The weather, it has been hot and sunny, but it is starting to rain in Kampala. It is now 7:41 p.m. in Kampala. As you recall, this global grant was approved in October 2020. And as we are going to go into procurement mode, we had a total lockdown in Uganda due to COVID, and it slowed the procurement process. And the procurement process started in December, completed in February, and we handed over the site in February. It was supposed to take 5 months. The project involves 1, installation of a 250-meter cube tank, rain gutters for harvesting water from the roofs of the classrooms, underground delivery pipes to the tank, a solar-powered water pump, 2 above-ground water tanks, and distribution piping to the various locations in the school, plus a drinking water purifier for the children at lunchtime and during the day. It also has a component of water and sanitation hygiene training for the school. What is the progress currently? This is a general view of the school. The school has 1 big building at the back there. It has 2 blocks of classrooms. It has a library block and a laboratory block. It has 1 dormitory for male behind this building and another one for females on the right-hand side. But the design for water harvesting was designed for the 5 buildings. As you can see, this is they are laying the pipes to the tank. Here, we visited the site last weekend, and I'm happy to report that we are progressing well. This is the water tank. This water tank is made out of stone, masonry, and plastered internally and externally. It has an iron roof, and the solar installation will be on top of this roof, where we will put a submersible through the roof into the tank. As you can see here, they are now starting to connect the pipe work to the tank. Now on the gutters, this building is the classroom block number 1. All the gutters are already installed, and down pipes connected to the underground pipes as they lead to the tank. This is classroom block number 2, Similarly, the gutters are all complete, downpipes complete, and leading towards the tanks. This is the laboratory block, and similarly, the pipe work is already, the gutters are complete and the pipe work is also completed and is leading to the tank. And also, finally, the library block, which is here with this neighboring classroom block, is also completed as far as guttering is concerned and the pipe work. This is the trenching, and you can see the pipe work in the trenches. We have this block. As you can see, the roof work is not good for harvesting water for drinking. So in the memorandum of understanding we signed with the school, they were to re-roof this classroom at their own pace, and they'll connect it into the water harvesting system. The parents, the board of governors of the school, and PTA, Parents and Teachers Association, had commenced the duty of collecting building fees from students immediately after opening the first lockdown of COVID in March. Unfortunately, it didn't last long, but at the beginning of June, the government instituted a second lockdown, closed the schools, and everybody went home. So we have just come out of the lockdown, but schools are closed as of now, and we are yet to know when they will be opened. So this building is not the responsibility of this global grant, but is part of the project, so that we cannot close the project until it is roofed by our partners, the school. This one shows the distribution system, one point which will be connected once the distribution system is completed. As I have said, it has been dry, and as we are building the tank, luckily enough, it is just about to start raining, and we will not be able to test the system until we have water in the tanks. So overall, in our assessment, the assessment is the tank is now at 80% complete, awaiting final painting and connections of the pipeline. The rain gutter harvesting system is 100% complete. The underground piping is at 80%. The pipeline has already been laid, just remaining to connect at the tank end. Solar powered pump is already paid for. The solar powered pump has already been paid for, but cannot be installed until we have water in the tanks. Now, what is remaining is the above ground tank, which system, the support system for the tanks. The tanks are there. This we hope will be completed in the next 2 weeks. All the distribution piping has been laid and awaiting testing, awaiting erection of the above ground tank and also the filling of the water tank. The water purifier has been bought, but can't be brought on site until we have water in the system. Now, the training has not started, as I have explained, because the school is closed and the trainees, the Board of Governors, the PTA, and also the students and teachers of the school and neighboring community around the school. Lastly, I would like to remind you that in the MOU, we have an element where the international partner is, where possible, is required to visit the site to be able to link with the recipients and also the host clubs. So in this regard, allow me to invite you, President, and your club members to prepare for the period when we hand over this project to the community. We think the construction work will be completed by 5th of September, and depending on the government, when it decides to open schools, that's when we will decide when to invite you to test the hospitality of Uganda. As I have indicated, this school is only, the school is only 70 kilometers from the biggest national park, and it would make sense. I'll also share another small one. This is the Murchison Falls National Park, and we would like to invite you, once we are ready to hand over the project, that you come in big numbers so that we can be able to acquaint ourselves with you. We can see each other, you can see our hospitality. We go along the national park and visit other places as you may wish. Rotarian President, I would like to stop here so that I can be able to respond to any queries that might be raised. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jeffrey, very much. Does anybody have any questions? I'm happy to relay them over to him.
Good job.
No, we're very excited and we're very happy to have all of y'all joining us today. You are with us. It's actually been a year and a half ago, I believe, when you first proposed it, and we had this joint meeting together, or y'all zoomed in on our meeting. So we're really excited to have that. Really excited to have this opportunity to hopefully come over. The one question I guess would be on my mind and my family's mind would be, what's the COVID situation like there? Is there some travel restrictions right now? Is that going to delay the opportunity to have a celebration when you turn it over?
The COVID situation is, well, we have just come out of the general lockdown. Lockdowns are the only available tools for Africa currently. We are increasing vaccination. So far, around 7% of the people have been vaccinated. But tourism is allowed, and there are special guidelines for tours. I see, my colleague Agre from Portugal is in tourism, and he would be able to fill us in, if you want, on the requirements for touring. I'm sure he would be able to do a better job than me. But tourism is taking place. There are some guidelines, and we are distancing, as you saw in the photographs, as we were on site, all of us were in masks. So may I request maybe Agre to unmute and at least explain on the way on tourism and the requirements of visitors in the country. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, so maybe we can get Jenny, Lisa as a member, so then maybe she can put a trip together for us. We'll work on that. Or one of our travel agents in town, we're working on her to become a member of the club. So this might give her a shot in the arm. Literally. I walked into that one, but I didn't mean to. Anyway, thank you. Yeah.
Brett,
Thank you.
Rotarian Agre is online, so if you give him 1 minute or 2 minutes, he can explain on requirements for travel.
Okay.
Agre?
Hello, everyone. Thank you very much, PAG Geoffrey, for giving me this opportunity. Greetings to you all over there. And briefly, I just want to say we are once again glad to be with you and for the support that you gave us. I'm the IPP of the Rotary Club of Port Bell, and this project started during my tenure of office. And I'm looking forward to seeing you in Uganda when you come to commission the project. But briefly on tourism, as PAG Geoffrey has already indicated, tourism is open and we are observing, we have got standard operating procedures which we follow strictly during the travel, accommodation, and at arrival at the airport. All that is required for incoming tourists is to have a vaccination certificate, and there's now no need for quarantining as long as you have a valid vaccination certificate. So feel free to make your arrangements. We are very vigilant on the standing operating procedures, both during travel and accommodation facilities are all equipped through their associations to ensure that all the tourists and the people serving them are all safe. We will be able to fill you in any information that's required. We would be able to gladly share with you. Thank you very much, and we look forward to seeing you in Uganda. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We'll definitely be in communication, and I'll forward all the information, especially when we know a little bit closer to the date. And I do appreciate it. It's almost 8 o'clock there on a Friday night. So I do really appreciate y'all coming in and joining us in our meeting and sharing what's going on. So thank you very much. I'm going to turn the meeting back over to Katie.
Thank you.
50-50. $3. Ticket last 3, 8676. Mr. Weimer, you ready? 8676. Anybody?
Jason 74.
Okay.
Just to keep it.
8670.
Oh. 70.
I changed it.
Oh, you have 76?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, I'll meet you up here.
Well, she flipped it up.
Can we stand for the four-way test? Of the things we think, say, or do.
First is the truth. Second is very well concerned. Third, will it build goodwill and better friendships. Fourth, will be beneficial to all concerned.
Have a great weekend.
Bye, everyone.
And have a good evening.